What is going on, everybody? Earth and sky. Oh, wait a minute. Earth and sky. Yeah, you like that, right, people? Didn't know we could do that, huh? Switch it up on you.
I'm starting to understand what you're saying now when it's slowed down to you said, "Oh shit." Is that what you said?
You see what I'm saying? Look, man. Look.
Now you want
What?
to oh wait. We were just talking about perception, right? Because I know what I do know is that you can hear me clear, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't hear what I'm hearing. So that's the funny part about it. Now, watch this. What we were just talking about. You want to talk about changing your perception and seeing things totally different. Imagine if we did the show where you can understand me like I'm talking to you right now, which means I can talk fast. You're going to talk fast, but it's going to come in slow to me. So imagine what kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like that would be a crazy dance right there, family. You know what I'm saying? That would be a crazy dance.
Well,
But
at that point, I would just slow
you said that way too fast. I couldn't capture that one. All
down.
right. All right. You said that way too fast. I couldn't even front on that one right there. I was like, the other one I could make out a little bit. I'm like, oh yeah. But yeah, you know what it is. Give me one sec.
All right, but of course, my
And by the
gorilla.
way, this is Earth and Sky. You fill in the blank on yourself. That's what you do. You dot dot dot. Fill in the blank on yourself. I'll be right back.
All right, my
Warm them up
gorilla.
for us, man. Warm them up for us.
We'll do. All right, y'all. Earth and sky. You know what I'm saying? Doing the thing. Of course, technical difficulties is technical difficulties, but we gorillas. We are jungle journalists, so we handle that business because that's what we do, and we do it quite well, actually. Uh, we've been kind of in the green room, as we like to call it, for probably about an hour, just talking about all types of stuff, technical difficulties, why this, why that, why this, why that, this, that, and the third, all these other things, right? So, pretty much, as y'all already know, when we swing our vine, these are conversations that me and Earth have regularly. There he is, and he's back live and
Man,
direct.
it, I heard you on the way out. I heard you on the way out, and I was like, yeah, man. Like these are the things we was just talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I told him we've been chopping it up for almost an hour. Just literally just chopping it up, like literally, and it was like, okay, let's take this, let's take this in. Like
for
we keep
real.
going for a couple more hours. It'd be midnight before we even hit the go live button.
Thank you. That's why I keep having to stop because you know how we get, man. So when I realized, I'm like, hold on, wait, it's 10 o'clock now. I'm like, I was gonna say, hey, let's you know what I'm saying, let's get it to where we about maybe 9:45 because we had already passed the 9:30 mark. And I thought about it then, but didn't move on it. So, I just feel like, man, when we're tapped in, like tonight, I want us to do what we really do if no cameras are on. And that's the you know we just like we talk
Well,
like right was talking
Earth,
4 minutes to
Earth,
14 seconds ago.
we do that anyway.
Exactly. Yeah,
We
I guess that is true. I guess that's true. Here I am trying to control it and like, I want to actively create it. No,
look,
no,
look.
no.
We're about as organic as you can get. Earth, sky.
Real shit. Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't get any more organic than that.
Yeah.
Our conversations are organic. We aren't interactive. So at that point, you see what I'm saying? We are live and direct. Everything that we do
Man.
is live and direct. So you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. I mean, look, topic of tonight's show, people, is Groundhog's Day. See, we live in this looped program.
Mm.
And we really honestly have no idea how programmed we really are.
You want to go there first? God
Yes, we do.
damn,
Look. We are
George
going to
Jetson.
swing that vine into the deepest of jungle.
Man, you know what? We need to just get all the realers on the phone, man. And just, but we gonna wait. We gonna wait. I bet you if I, man, come on, go. Come on.
You,
You know how I get.
because
I'm seeing some stuff that is about to come to fruition, boy. But this, just wait and see. They just getting two gorillas right now. That's what they don't realize.
look. They have no idea. Look, people. There's a little thing, and you can Google it. It's called Gorillas in the Mist. And there we go. There we
Like
go.
it?
Love it.
It's Princess Rilla and her
Hey,
new
look.
dude.
When she gets a new attitude, she always comes to daddy's and shows make sure I'm straight with it. But she knows that ain't never nothing wrong with it, huh?
I just
Looks
have to
good.
show you.
Looks beautiful.
Princess Rilla
He
in the
says
building.
Princess Rilla. Too bad he's on my headphones down here. There you go.
Princess Rilla.
Um,
It's the princess in the building with the new dude.
Talk. You can.
I have to tell you something good.
Oh yeah, tell us something
Oh,
good.
go ahead. Go ahead. Share. Please
I
do.
moved up. I moved up to third grade. I'm in
Oh,
third grade now.
Tell him you skipped the grade.
Oh yeah, I skipped a grade.
oh, now that's now that
They
now
know what that
look, now
means
look.
too.
Now that's how a princess does it. That's how a princess does it. Good job. Good job. So proud. So proud.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You are so welcome. That's what princesses do.
Yes, I'm proud of myself.
Yes, you are, and you should be. Always, always that. Always be proud of yourself.
Talk. You gotta
Always.
put the camera. Talk.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, and there's the
Dada,
prince.
I gotta give you back to Daddy.
All right.
Hi, Daddy.
How you doing? One comes out, and then the other one goes out.
But of course,
Sir, you either want to be on the show or you want to go. What you want to do?
Be on the show.
Okay, come on.
there he is, the prince. Prince Rilla in the building. Yes. Yep.
I'm here.
Stand the camera. Stand the camera. You said you want to be on the show. Be on the show.
There he is. There he is, the future of America.
What?
Huh? You are the future.
Yay. In the
Yep.
future.
You are the future. That you are.
What are you doing?
Yes.
What are you doing?
We are doing a show
What are
and
you
you're
doing?
on it. You're on the show.
What's the show called?
It's called Earth and Sky Interactive.
Earth and Sky Interactive.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I read it right there.
Yep.
Oh, you read it. Good.
Good
Yes.
job.
There's a K at the end.
Look at you. Look at you, the prince, doing his thing.
Keep putting on camera.
I like gorillas.
That's because
Hey,
you are a Rilla.
What's
You are Prince Rilla.
Tell him Baby Kong.
Baby Kong.
Yes. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
All
Kong
right.
Jr.
On the back.
Not really.
Hey, buddy.
Give it up. What's all this? You adding stuff on me? You adding stuff on me? All right, come here. Okay, I'm just checking you out.
Son of Kong.
Can you close my door, please? Thank you. Bye bye. See you later. Bye.
Again.
You know, man. Go ahead. My
No,
bad.
go ahead, go ahead.
Take time.
You about to bust it. You about to bust it, bust it.
Nah, not really, man. Not really. I just, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, when you create things that speak for you, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like everything speaks for you because everything has a frequency, and every frequency is responsible for speaking on another frequency. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's how like this is music, right? What we do. It's
Yep.
music. It's soul music. It's real soul music.
Oh yes, yes, yes. That's facts. That is facts.
Yeah. Now, I don't know where the lag came from, but there's a lag there. Oh, we got somebody. Oh, we got on, man. Who we going?
Doesn't say. It just shows you where they're at. But you'll never know who.
Okay, okay. Oh, okay, okay. Well, salute to whoever it is watching out there. You know what I'm saying? We gonna give y'all the same thing we're gonna give you if it's 100,000 of y'all. Huh? We scared them away. Pew, pew. Hey man, look, here's the funny part about it, right? Like I see this like 7 years from now, but I don't see it in just one way because that's the biggest thing I think that everybody always wants to do is see it in one way, and that's the only way it can happen. And then when something else happens, you're not prepared for it. See, but as things go and light, like that light that's in front of your car on a dark road is the only light that's out there. So that only reaches so far. You know what I'm saying? If you got the right type of beams, you may be able to light up both sides of the road.
But
But
if there's no
when
other light,
go ahead.
you'd be surprised at how far that light actually stretches.
And why? Because it all stretches as far as it can be recognized by something else. You know what I'm saying?
If a tree falls in the woods and no one's there,
Did he go there?
does it make a sound? Hmm? When there's no
No,
observer,
it doesn't.
does it make a sound?
Thank you. That's why I said no, it doesn't. Unless there's an observer. Because the ultimate observer has to be now if it is it recognized because the fact that we say if a tree falls in the forest and there's nobody around doesn't make a noise, but what we can recognize is the tree fell
Yes.
if it was willed to do so.
And of course, we say fell, fell is a past tense, so it's already down.
Right.
You see what? So again,
It's already happened.
if you weren't there, you saw the effects. Tree fell. We assume from programming that it made a sound. But if there was nothing there, no birds, no animals, no nothing, and it fell, there's no observer. There's no need for nothing because there's no observer. And it's been, people, this has been proven, this has been scientifically proven with atoms and molecules. And they shot them through one slit,
Oh yeah.
then they shot them through two slits with nobody watching. The minute someone watched it happen, the patterns changed because there was an observer. Now, these are molecules,
Now,
atoms that basically knew they were being watched. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's rugged, but that's why the question is so powerful. Because at what point do you step into the being the ultimate observer? Do you see what I'm saying? Hence the
that would
title of the show,
that
Groundhog's
go
Day.
ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no. Go ahead. Go ahead. You're not gonna do good.
But see, that's the other side of it, right? Like, because here's the thing. Let's say you now have to question, is there a tree? If there's a tree, does it fall? If it falls, where does it fall at? How does it fall to where it doesn't make a sound unless the observer's around? See, so we have the observer, which is us, but we also have the observer that observes beyond this physical frame. And that's what goes on in nature, the ultimate observer. You know what I'm saying? So with all that, we still have two sides of it. Because yes, to us, it doesn't make a sound. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make a sound because it's just an idea. Once again, if. So it's just the idea. So it can be argued both ways only because with everything, the truth is gonna come in one, but the fact is gonna come in many. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's collective agreement becomes that fact. We need air. Do you need air? Do you think that's air that you're breathing?
But wait,
with
but wait
in my
though, but wait
Morpheus
though.
voice, you feel me?
Is it, or are we actually breathing water? We'll never know.
Exactly. Well, I mean, you know the story about the two fish, right?
Yeah, but think about this though. Seriously, let's think about this. Let's think about this. So we're in the womb for 6, 7, 8, 9 months in a liquid sack with no air in the darkness. But yet and still, we live and are born. So heart beats, see chest moving, you're breathing. What are you breathing? What are you breathing? You look like a little tadpole, bro. What you breathing?
But see, hey, you're looking a little pink around the gills, buddy. you, but see, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, like now we get into the nuts and bolts of it. Why? That's why I say, is there a tree? Is there a forest? Without nobody around to make us, to discover what a sound was, it could have felt silent, but it could have still had force. If it has force, then it can't. How can it be silent? So I mean, it had to make a noise somewhere. But the idea of it, but we get caught up into that aspect of it, and keep forgetting about, you know, once again, it's the same. It's an idea. You know what I'm saying? This right here was labeled by somebody. And that label could have been incorrect.
And
Let's
was
just look at
never truly
labels. Let's
questioned.
just look at labels.
It was never truly questioned, or wasn't questioned, like you said, by
No.
enough people to possibly change it. Kind of like,
Or
yes,
oh, I was gonna say what? What did you say?
yes, 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 yes.
Oh, I was about to say I mean, from what they say, the victor writes history, right? Somewhere, somehow that's paraphrased.
Right, right,
You've
right,
heard the
right, right,
term
right,
before,
right. I
right?
got you. I got you. The victors
All
just
right. So
remember
I mean, with
the
that,
history.
right? Was like. All right. So so it's like the narrative. Look at the narrative surrounding us, and then the false narrative we had to create to puff ourselves up. And who fed us the man? You better listen to some Dan Calloway, and then go do your research, because bruh, what I'm telling you is that he, whether there was the slave trade Middle Passage story was created. Like what? Yo, straight up, like what? He
Oh,
said, find one slave ship. I mean, look, let's keep it 1K. You keep one or two around somewhere. I mean, real
Smithsonian ain't got
ships.
one. Wait, the
that
Smithsonian ain't
supposedly,
got one?
sup-
The Vatican ain't got one?
do they have one in the Smith, or do they just have a boat fragment and say this is all that's left? If you don't get that shit out my face.
This is a plank of wood, and this plank of wood was on a ship that never existed. But I'm going to build a story around this plank of wood, and we're going to regurgitate the story and put it in books and make you read it while they drink your milkshake.
Hey, hold on, wait a second. Don't go to the milkshake too soon. You went to the milkshake too soon. Close my door, baby. Close my door. You went to the milkshake too soon. No, dude. You know what you reminded me of? You reminded me of Buddy from 1984. That Orson Welles story. You went from 1984. You need us. There's a reason why you. Good night, baby. Good night. Congratulations. I'm proud of you. Okay?
Yes.
I cry about what? Good. Because you know what? That means you're becoming a big girl now.
The third grade princess in the building. Holla.
All right. Hey, I love y'all, but you know what I'm doing right now. So, love you. No, give it up, boy. All right. I'm proud of you too, boy. All right, go. See you later. Bye. Close my door. Did my son just say good night, my friend? I didn't hear
I didn't catch that.
No, I look. I'm gonna have to ask him because it sounded like he said good night, my friend. But I got the headphone in this one right here. So, but you give me a plank, bro, that's washed up on the water, and you attach a gold mantle on that shit. What do they call this shit? A gold plate on it, and drill it in, and put the good ship Jesus on it, bro. That's what I wanted to hit you with. The first slave ship. Why was the first slave ship the good ship Jesus? See.
Oh goodness, and I'm sober laughing this hard, yo. I'm sober and I'm laughing and my side's starting to hurt, man. Like, yo.
The good ship Jesus, bro. Research it. That's
the only thing that would have hit me harder than that is if you would have called it the damn good ship lollipop.
Hey, boy, I'm almost scared to know what that shit would have been like. The good ship lollipop. Watch this. Go to Google. We about to get interactive real quick. Good ship, not the good ship lollipop. Oh no, I'm sorry. On the rankings, I typed in good ship, right? The first thing that popped up was good ship lollipop. And then the second, guess what the second one was?
Jesus.
The good ship Jesus. All right. So there was the good ship Jesus, bro. And so I'm clapping in right now. I'm gonna see the good ship Jesus, the beginning of the slave trade. See, do you understand? Who did we write this? We didn't write this.
His
right?
story.
You see what I'm talking about here? Jesus of Lubeck, name of the ship of the grace, name of first slave ship to grace the Americas.
Now, which America?
Do you see how this is how the narrative begins.
But which Americas? See, there's which America? See, there's South America, there's Central America, and then there's North America. So, you see how vague they make that? The Americas.
Well, wait a second. But because you got to really dig in here to see where the first port was. That's what I want to know now. Okay, where did the port then? Okay, so let's see. Was in fact the Jesus of Lubeck, a 700-ton ship purchased by King Henry VIII from Hanseatic League, a merchant alliance between the cities of Hamburg and Lubeck in Germany. 20 years after its purchase, the ship in disrepair was lent to Sir John Hawkins by Queen Elizabeth. Hawkins, a cousin of the Sir Francis Drake, was granted permission from Queen Elizabeth for his first voyage into 1562. He was allowed to carry Africans to Americas with their own free consent, and he agreed to his condition. To this condition, Hawkins had a reputation for being a religious man who required his crew to serve God daily and to love one another. Sir Francis Drake accompanied Hawkins on the voyage and the subsequent others. Drake was himself devoutly religious. Services were held on board twice a day. So you're trying to tell me, right? Just getting off the subject here. This is how they start the conversation, and this is how I'm like, bro, look at yourself. Whenever you come from church, you should look at yourself. Just look at yourself and ask yourself certain questions when you come from church. Whatever, or when you come from the mosque, or when you come from tabernacle, or when you come from, what I'm saying, the cathedral. Whatever you come from, you should look at yourself, right? Because from what I read to you right now, he sounds like a saint. This motherfucker sounds golden.
Bruh.
Look, he was commissioned by Henry VIII. The king had come down on him and said, "We need you. We need you to do this." I can read the rest of it, man. But do you understand and look how noble they make him look. Look how noble they make him look. He looks so noble.
Regal. Very regal.
Very regal, right? I'm gonna have to learn how to hold this up in front.
To the right. There you go. Boom.
To the right, to the right, to the left, to the left. Now dip, shorty, dip. Come on now, dip, shorty, dip. Come on now, right to the left.
We just watched the rap battle last night, y'all. Old school, so mess around. I might start
rapping. Right. Hey, we on one tonight, man. We on one tonight. Here's what I'm saying, man. I just read this.
You gotta think one.
Come on.
You gotta think. It was a 700-ton ship. So that piece of wood with the gold on it is the only thing left. It's the only thing left. Because it was in disrepair when he got it. Decommissioned when he got it.
Repair, son. Come on, man. Come on, man.
But
I'm reading this straight.
I'd like to share something while we're speaking on this topic. I would like to share something with the group.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and share this with the group here. We're gonna go ahead and do something like.
And while you're doing that, I'm gonna see where the first port was. But I just want to let you know that they're making this dude seem like, bruh. What did he say? Promising Africans free land. Oh, whoa! There you go. Promising Africans free land. Boy, this should be the lesson to us right here. Hawkins. I mean, you keep looking for that. I'm gonna read this. Hawkins had a reputation for being a religious man who required his crew to serve God daily and to love one another. Sir Francis Drake accompanied Hawkins on his voyage, and subsequent others. Drake was himself devoutly religious, so both of them was super religious, bruh. But off the coast of Africa, near Sierra Leone, Hawkins captured 300 to 500 slaves. Now, wait a second now. Wait a goddamn second. Now, if I just read correctly up here, he was allowed to carry Africans to the Americas with their own free consent in parentheses now. So somebody else was quoting it to whoever wrote this shit. Okay. So and he agreed to this condition. What condition did he agree to? He was allowed to carry Africans to the Americas with their own free consent. And he agreed to this condition. What condition?
He agreed
Hawkins, a cousin of Sir
to
Francis
have
Drake, was
he
what
agreed
condition?
to have patrons on his ship.
Hold on, wait a second, wait a second. Wait a second. Maybe they're talking about this. Maybe they're talking about this. Sir Francis Drake, hold on. He said Hawkins had a reputation for being a religious man who required his crew to serve God daily, and to love one another. Sir Fran, what? Hawkins had a reputation of being a religious man who required his crew to serve God daily. Okay, so if you're serving God, you're serving God. That's supposed to be on the day to day anyway, right? But serve God daily, you got a chance to take them off. Hey, are you taking a day off from serving God? Oh no, you can't be on this ship, bro. You got to go. That's what he just said. You got to go, bro, because you decide today that you don't want to serve God. Wait a second. You know, in the contract that you signed to start working for me, you said that you was going to serve God daily,
That was
and you
that was
was
a
going to
condition
be
of
required to
employment.
pray twice a day.
That was a condition of employment.
Oh, and to love one another. Am I had a reputation for being a religious. He was a religious man who required his crew to serve God daily and to love one another. Sir Francis Drake accompanied Hawkins on this voyage and subsequent others. Drake was himself devoutly religious. Services were held on board twice a day. Now, if that ain't a saint,
Well, we
that's
all know
gonna
that that's
make sure.
we all know that that's all horseshit. Um, seriously,
Well,
because
what,
basically
what,
it was
what,
all. See, the propaganda is just so deep and it's so thick that it's just it's disheartening that it's been allowed to exist for as long as it has. And like again, no one till now is questioning any type of legitimacy to the hot garbage that is just out there. Because it's all garbage. It's all garbage. Gar.
because it's man-made, bruh. Because it's man-made.
Like it's of course it was religious, and of course he's a religious man because back then, guess what? Church just took over the world at that point. Church, and they made it known. It wasn't trying to hide it like now.
Be a heretic.
Like now it's hidden. Well, not anymore. I mean, we all realize that Rome still run the show. Ask Queen Elizabeth. She'll tell you. Ask her who run the show. She got no power no more. She'll tell you.
Right.
Again, people, do your research. When you do your research, you'll understand that yes, everybody has been lied to since the beginning of time. Yes, George Washington did not win the war.
Hey, they can get mad at me.
He didn't.
They can get mad. They can get mad at me. They can get mad at Sky. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like these are things that we're, bruh. It's too bad you've been lied to. Now, what are you gonna do about it? Now that you know, listen, I just read to you about the first slave ship to hit the Americas, 700 tons. We're going to do some comparison to a class of ships that are 700 ton and made of wood.
Bro, do
You
you
know,
realize that it really, really? So one, You're speaking of the Titanic as a wooden ship, first and foremost, at that point. Okay. Two, it don't even it okay. For back then, it was so grandiose that it was believable. But in modern times, it's so far fetched that like you mean people actually believe this? Of course they did. Why? Because back then they didn't have the awareness. Again, perception. What were they looking at? See, they
Yep.
hadn't had a paradigm shift. They were still looking at it from one direction, not realizing that if I question the fact that, like, is there another direction? Is there a different angle? I can look at that. You're going to see it differently. The same exact object you are going to see differently. So now we finally have people who are like, wait a minute, let me turn that. Oh, I didn't see that before. No, no, it's been there the whole time, just like a damn fractal, just like a Mandelbrot. Been there the whole time. You just now are starting to get deeper into the fractal. And now you're starting to actually see it. Like, it's been here whole time? Really? No.
Whole time.
Like, I don't see stuff like that. Again, it's one of those things to where that's why you have to, they bet the farm and the country that the farm was in that no one would ever figure it out. Nobody. They'll never know. We'll do everything we can to stifle their growth, and they will never, ever question or figure it out, let alone they'll never question it. And even if they do, by that point, it'll be believed by so many for so long, they'll attack them for just questioning it.
Mm.
So now all of a sudden, you've created the largest police force known to man, because you've told them something, regurgitated it so much, fed it to them so much that that's all they know. Until you get somebody to, oh, that's different. I don't see what you see anymore. Dude, you don't see this? What you mean you don't see this? How could you know?
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. They want to get. Here's why they want 100%. Here's why they want 100%. If you really want to know why they want 100% of anything dealing with humans, it's because we're already the police. How many times you see these ordinary Joe citizens always trying to hop in and flex? You know what I'm saying? It's part of the nature of this society right here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, oh yeah, let's go get them. Yeah, let's, everybody go get their shotguns and you know what I'm saying? Start getting busy. I respect that about them. You know what I'm saying? It's just that shit. Look, it should have been done by others too. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
well,
Because
what
trust
are
me,
you grabbing the shotgun
we
for? See, again,
right.
having the force is good. Stepping in is a good thing. But
Hmm.
before you do that, actually think about it, question it. Okay, so does it really take a town full of angry people to go get one person? And do we really know if what was said was true? We're just going to take the word of and gets to handling the business.
It's popular thought. Popular thought is what rules. Is what rules, and that's the reason why the cancel culture exists. Because popular thought is what it's all about. Popular thought can prevent somebody from coming in there, to even be the next president that might change the world. But popular thought will keep him out. If you see, and that's the reason why the media having access to our minds is such a deadly thing, because all they have to do is just point us in the right direction, and we become our own lapdogs and watchdogs and police and tattletales and snitches and all that. We because see what they want to be able to do is like any system, police your every piece, police itself, so the system can focus on creating more system. You know what I'm saying? Because when everything's in 100% compliance, you know what I'm saying? Then there's no question of authority. Like I was listening to something the other day and it was talking about how Stalin did not break down what I'm saying, everybody who was trying to detract from communism or from his rule, right? Until he realized that everything was totally done, right? Then he started, once he found out everybody that was involved, that's when he started going after their throats. And he was murking cats off to where if he called you to come to his house, that might have been the last thing that you seen. You're not showing up work, you're showing up for work tomorrow. Stalin was brutal with that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this dude was like really doing some like I've got to control the positive talk type of stuff. Now, with
Well, he
that being
controlled the
said,
narrative.
right. When you're controlling, see, the narrative that we're in right now is being controlled. Because here's the thing, it's whoever has control and access to change the names on the labels. Listen, planets go missing nowadays. Planets, son, planets.
Oh,
Planets is going
zodiacs
missing
get
now.
changed.
Zodiacs, son. Zodiacs. Zodiacs is getting changed now.
Look, I mean,
Kids getting lost.
now let's think about
Kids,
this.
son.
Now let's think
Kids is
about this
getting
now.
lost, son.
If you think about it, right? Doesn't 2021, now that we're living it and it's almost over, doesn't 2021 seem a lot like what they said 2012 was going to be like?
Hmm.
So, I ask you this question. Are we really actually in 2012? Or did we all drink the Kool-Aid? Because I'll tell you what, and I seen this thing, and this young lady, it bust me so bad I had to watch it like 5 times. She said, okay, so quote unquote asteroid came through, wiped out everything prehistoric, the dinosaurs and all of that, right? She's like, so you're trying to tell me in 65 million years, another asteroid hasn't wiped out the planet since then? Again, energy once created can never be destroyed. It just reforms. And seeing that everything, all timelines are layered, kind of like source code. He died in one timeline and lived in another one. So, are you trying to tell me that another asteroid maybe? Because think about it now. Let's think about it. The Mandela effect would fit right into that theory now, wouldn't it? Because basically, they've changed some shit. They've literally changed some shit. They've changed movies. They've changed all different types of stuff that was different. The spelling stuff.
Listen? Check. What about? Here's a perfect example that just came to my mind when you said that they changed movies. Like, go back and see if you can find an original Star Wars. Not the Star Wars where they upgraded it to where you could see Jabba the Hutt near the Millennium Falcon. You know what I'm saying? Where you see him in the tavern or something like that, or you see Jabba the Hutt outside. Not that one. That's the remake. That Jabba the Hutt was never anywhere outside of like the hut itself. It was Jabba. Everybody thought his name was Jabba the Hutt. His name wasn't Jabba the Hutt. He was Jabba, and he controlled the hut. The hut was where everybody came to, and everybody handled their business, and that was his hideout, his lair. You know what I'm saying? So, and that was what allowed Jabba to be such an integral figure. So when they came back and made the remake, they made Jabba going after Han Solo to get his money. You know what I'm saying? And so like the whole conversation where Han shoots the two dudes in the pub, you know what I'm saying? He
In the
shoots two
hut.
dudes and they're Jabba's bodyguards. Yeah. Not in the hut. This before the hut.
Oh,
This is like in between when they're about to
yeah,
leave
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Tatooine.
yeah, 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 yeah. I remember. I remember that
Yeah,
part.
when they're about to leave for the first, right when they actually start the journey of them getting on a Millennium Falcon, all like Ben, Obi-Wan, and Luke and C-3PO and R2-D2, and then of course Chewbacca and Han. That's when they get on there for the first time. And I'm gonna tell you, if you haven't seen it, man, the Disney attraction that they have for that is out of this world, bro. It makes you feel like you really in there with the CG. Hot, bro. Hot. That's all I can say. Hot. Just if you get a chance to do it and you like Star Wars, do it. But that was added to that movie. Now you go back to the original New Hope. I didn't even know it was called the New Hope. I'm gonna tell you what the real deal. This is what blew my mind when I really started seeing marketing. I said, "You mean to tell me Star Wars was not the movie? It was the series." Because and it made sense because when you said Star Wars, the first time it looked like we just know that it's Star Wars. Oh, the rebellion against the revolution, or you know what I'm saying, the Republican.
Well,
You know
think
what I'm
about it.
saying, the Republic.
The key word, wars, plural.
Right. Because when you dig deeper, then you find out about the Clone Wars, and that's what they're talking about in the original one. But nobody understood what they was talking about when they was talking about the Clone Wars. See, they had wrote off of that one movie. They wrote and had the books already coming out that explained backdrops on the covers and that's what the when they came back and did the prequels to it, that's when they started digging deeper, like who was Boba Fett, who was Han Solo, who was
Well, you got to
Lando
think
Calrissian,
the
who
first
was
Star Wars
Obi-Wan.
was Empire Strikes Back. So they start you off
Uh-uh,
almost like Quentin
uh-uh.
Tarantino.
No. The first Star Wars was the New Hope.
I meant the first released. When we were little kids,
What do you mean?
that wasn't New Hope is new.
No, New Hope is the New Hope. No, that's you remember? I just got through saying it. I said I never knew that there was movies and they had their titles until Empire Strike Back. So I understand where you're coming from because you're right. Because here's what I was saying: Star Wars wasn't. We thought like we associate the Matrix with the Matrix, the first one, and then they came back and had to do the second and
Second and the
third,
third, right?
right? Well,
Mhm.
Star Wars. Look at Star Wars like the Matrix, right? But instead of what I'm saying, like it was the same scenario, but they just had so many stories around the Star Wars that then that's when they came out with Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. So you're right in that aspect, but Empire Strikes Back was the second movie released. The first one was A New Hope. We just didn't know it was called A New Hope. Because here's the Mandela effect. This is what we're talking about, the Mandela effect, right?
That is
So
Mandela effect like a
on the
motherfucker.
original box, I don't ever on the original box, it was labeled Star Wars, bro. It
Yeah.
was never A New Hope. They didn't
Nope.
on the new one, it says A New Hope on there. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the New Hope is what they went back and rebranded on the back end because they knew that once they did Empires and Return of the Jedi, that
Right.
those were like the last books before they lost those characters and died out.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And then they came back and they gave you all of the ones beforehand. A younger Yoda. You know what I'm saying? A Count
Baby
Dooku
Yoda.
who you don't even see in the new ones.
Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda, yeah. Oh, that's on the offspin. Yeah. The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian is dope. The
Again,
Mandalorian is dope.
the backstories. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So peep it now. I'm on Wikipedia. You gotta love Wikipedia.
Okay.
Okay.
Wiki.
Wiki,
Shut
wiki,
up.
wiki, 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 yeah. So it states that the original film, in parentheses, Star Wars, retroactively subtitled Episode 4, A New Hope, 1977, was followed by sequels, Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, 1980, Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, 1983, and then forming the original Star Wars trilogy. So they started us on 4, went to 5,
Right.
then 6, and then came back with 1, 2, and 3.
Right. That's like you said, some Quentin Tarantino shit.
That was some Tarantino for that ass. But you're absolutely right, bro. Because there was no New Hope. And again, it says retroactively subtitled.
Yep. But see, here's the thing. This is what I'm telling you. Let's go back to the original reason why I even brought up Star Wars. Because we're talking about the Mandela effect. And I said, here's an obvious reason where the Mandela effect was publicized. You see what I'm saying? And it was so big that it had to be publicized. So the first thing that they did, watch me on this, bro. Watch me on this. The first thing they started doing is re-releasing the Star Wars.
Yes.
They went back to the New Hope. They called it the New Hope, and then that's when they did the updates and new scenes. Okay, and that one of the scenes was the Jabba the Hutt. They started adding these new scenes because those scenes would make sense to stories later down the road. See, this is what happened. After they came out with the original Star Wars movie, they created so much folklore around it. And it's like, well, we have all these stories ready. Give me this one right here. Let me pick this story out. I'll blow this up. Then we can make the other ones jump. That, my friend, is the greatest branding that I have. Not the greatest. One of the greatest. One of the greatest. I had to check.
Well, you got to think. You got to think.
It's much bigger than Star Wars.
It's been 1977.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Really? Like,
we was 4, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
We was 4.
Like, by the time we actually saw the movie enough to understand it, we were almost 10. And even then, we didn't get it. We didn't get it till we got about 13, 14. And then it started to make sense. A little more makes sense. You see what I'm saying? And then you watch it. But by that point, it was already morphing. Why? Because by the time we were 10, 2 more Star Wars had come out. And it was over. 73, 80, 83. So as far as we knew, we got our 3 movies. We're just catching up. And then there was the gap. And in that gap, they smacked it up, flipped it, and rubbed it down. Oh, yeah, like the Kool-Aid man. You see what I'm saying? You feeling me? You feeling me?
Back.
So, I mean,
again,
that's why they say he or she who controls the narrative wins the game. Because now you control popular perception.
So go back to what I said earlier. It's about those who change the labels, change the names on the label. That's what it's about. Those who change the names on the label are the power brokers.
Oh, bruh. So we were indigenous American, Native, Indian, Native Indian, Negro.
Keep going.
Black American, African American. People, do you realize they bro, no.
Arise!
Duke of Earl. Arise, Sir. For those of you who don't know the Bugs Bunny skit, where Bugs Bunny beat Buddy over the head with the sword about 50 times. He beat him so much he damn near fell asleep beating him. He was the Duke of Earl, the Duke of Windsor.
With that scepter. It was the scepter.
Yeah, the scepter, the gesture of Canterbury, the this, the that, and he just kept beating him. That's what's happening.
That boy, hey, he's like, arise, Sir Duke of Laurel. So arise, Sir Milk of Magnesia, Earl of Nottingham. And then he just started bow.
I'm gonna find that. I'm gonna find that. I want to watch that right now.
If it's on YouTube, show it, man. If it's on YouTube, show it.
I'm about to, bro.
And if we take the hit, we take the hit. I just got to see this one, man. They got to know what we be thinking about in our mind when we say these things, man. We not just like, man. The whole thing about it, man, is they continue to beat us down every 10 years. Every 10 years, they change the narrative. See, you can't just change the narrative once. You got to change it big, real big one time. And then you just chip away at it. And as you chip away at it, you take that dirt and you start building up another. So as you're taking the dirt from one, to breaking it down, to remove it from this building lot, you know what I'm saying? This tower, this building, this rubble now, and then you take that over, you break that down, and you put it into the resources to build up that next building. There's gonna be like you not only have the Egyptians taking down the pyramid brick by brick, but you got them taking that brick over to another location to use them same bricks to build another pyramid. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
That's the Eddie's Odyssey that we're talking about. You got to get off of the cycle, man. We got to get ourselves off the cycle, and you can only do you. I can only do me. Sky can only do Sky. You know what I'm saying? We can only do us, bro. But you got to do you. You know what I'm saying? You got to do you, sis. You got to do you. You know what I'm saying? If you let anybody else do you, then it's you're choosing to allow them to let you do you. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Big screen, that chumpy, man.
All right, let me get over here.
Because unless it's under Walt Disney or Looney Tunes,
bro, we're not making money off this. It don't matter. We're making no money.
Yeah, facts.
Presenting His Most Royal Majesty, the King. Your Majesty. Sheriff of Nottingham, in gratitude for your faithful service, I shall knight thee. Your most gracious Majesty. In the name of my most royal Majesty, I knight thee. Arise, sirloin of beef. Arise, Earl of Cloves. Arise, Duke of Brittingham. Arise, Baron of Munchausen. Arise, Essence of Myrrh. Magnesia, quarter of 10. You are too kind, Your Majesty. London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Hey man, when we go there, that's us going there. That's us going there. That's what we see in our mind when we talking about some of the stuff that is just as stupid gets. So now you know, if you've watched this, arise, Sir Duke of Earl, Sir Nottingham, so Duke of Earl, Milk of Magnesia, Water of 10. Arise.
Like,
he was trying to get you to wake up. Arise.
But look though, what does the program say? The program sits there and says, "Take it like a G, because you're being knighted." No, you're being beat bludgeonly.
Right.
What's happening
Right.
to you? Pow, pow, pow. Bugs Bunny steady drinking that man
Right.
milkshake. Steady drinking his milkshake.
Oh, right. Steady drinking it, man. Oh man, you've been knighted. You've been knighted. That's when you know you've been knighted,
But see,
jackass. And that's
but
why I
see,
say, man, it's like, yeah. Go ahead.
that look, one, thank y'all peoples definitely tuning in with us. We've hit the hour mark. You know what I'm saying? Definitely want to thank y'all for hanging in there with us. We're gonna be on here a little while longer because we just having fun.
Arise.
But look, pretty much the reason why we
Arise.
played that was so that way you could see that that's pretty much we've all been lied to. He thought he was actually becoming a knight. He thought he was actually doing the noble thing off of the off of the filth, floor and filth that he was told. Whole time, my man was just being beat up, just like all of us. Bugs Bunny
But
controlled the labels.
look.
He was controlling the labels.
Yeah.
And he was giving them all types of labels. Kind of sound like the names I gave you for indigenous to native to this to that to this to that. So there's no different.
Every 10 years.
Thank you. There's no different than them changing the labels on a group of people than what Bugs Bunny just did. No different.
None. You know what I'm saying? None. And if you look at it, right? If you look at it, now he was the sheriff of Nottingham, right? So this is the king who he is employed to, right? So the whole time he's been believing that this is who I'm working for. Now, how much of a jackass do you have to be to believe somebody is the king when you know you've been working for the king? So you got to at least know what the king look like. Now, if you don't,
or do you?
Ooh, because we don't know what the king looked like, or we might.
If a tree falls in the forest and no one's there, does it make a sound?
Does it make a motherfucking sound?
Again,
does it make a sound?
They knew Oz was there, but no one had ever seen Oz. No one knew who he was. Lived in the city the whole time. Born, raised,
Nobody
died.
knew who the wizard was.
Nobody knew.
Do you see it though? Do you see the track record we just calling out? Now you look at the track record and you say, well, hold on, wait a second. That's a growing theme. That's a growing theme. Look at Eagle Eye. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go all the way to Eagle Eye. But I mean, go all the way back. You just said it, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like the Wizard of Oz. Nobody knew who he was. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knew who the Wizard of Oz was. You know, this dude didn't even know that Bugs Bunny was the king. Or what? Bugs Bunny was playing the king. He didn't even know. And guess what? He was so blinded by loyalty to a lie.
Wow. Did you get that, people? Please allow that to sink in. Allow what he just said, what Earth just said, to sink in to your brain, into the frontal cortex, into your Abdullah Ablangata, into your pineal gland. Let that sink in, please. Because basically, he just literally blew the cover off of all of it in a very quick, succinct pow. That's it. No more even needs to be said. He literally literally summed up the history of the world in one sentence. It's that simple, people. Wow. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. They're blinded by the loyalty to a lie.
People.
How else could you explain soldiers on their own in their own country going against their country, supposedly for the betterment of the country? And with the betterment is of, and it's always been about, is not the country, not country and men. It's never about country and men. It's about progress in the eye, in the mind. Yeah,
It's all
progress.
about the corporation. It's all about the company.
Yep.
It's all about the corp.
Yep.
The corp's got to make money. Money. See, have you ever noticed very few even dictatorships, even the people running the dictatorship, they ain't broke. Their people might
No.
be starving, but they are not broke. How is that? But they're not capitalist, or are they? Because see, if they weren't, then basically money really wouldn't have a value now, would it? But what do they keep from the people? And all the resources to get it, like an education, closing trade schools, being dependent on a system for Come on, people. We're waking up at an alarming rate.
Yes.
We really are. I mean, it's true. But ask yourself this question. Has any other group of people had their labels changed more than melanated people? And no one stops to think about that? Nobody? Let's just think, last I checked. Asians been Asians. Hispanics, Latinos. Caucasians have been Caucasians. Polynesians have been Polynesians. What they deem to be Native American, Eskimos. They still ain't changed their name, their label. Think about this, people. Have some actual factual, use your noodle.
Use it.
Question.
He's telling y'all. Oh man.
No, we back.
I mean, people. He's just saying think. He's just saying think, because I know a lot of that might have just really just like said it's sitting in your DNA right now, but we needed to be sitting in your frontal lobe. You know what I'm saying? And up here, you know what I'm saying? We need to be sitting so you can actually, like wine test, you can switch that around and just sit with it for a second. I mean, we are allowing ourselves, we've given our permission to self to allow ourselves to take whatever they give us. We've allowed it. We've given ourselves permission to allow them to take our babies. Okay, you can have my baby. I'll just be dead first because I don't want to be here if I can't protect my baby. I mean, that's simple, ain't it? That's what at the end of the day you're supposed to dedicate your life towards is everything for the better. Listen, how does population grow? Population grows out of the need to replicate itself. Nature grows the same way out of its need to replicate itself. So it's in our nature to replicate ourselves for the fact that we have but one goal, and that's really to pass down this life's worth of knowledge so that the system can run better. So what we're experiencing right now is a war of systems. And that war of systems has us as human as the cannon fodder. We are but pawns in all systems. But all systems, there are more systems than human systems, but all even those systems are more so drawn and ran and managed by humans. But there's a few percentage, there's a small, slight percentage, now a growing percentage of computers that are creating computers. That's already happening.
Oh, that's been happening. That's been happening. I mean, it's a war
Exactly.
against humanity.
But
literally,
right.
it's a war against humanity. I mean, again, you talk about replicating, right? Okay. So you're replicating. We talked about Henrietta, whose DNA is still being used to this day to probably cured every known disease to man. We've also talked about during a pandemic, people, 100,000 indigenous American women, aka Black women, during a pandemic just came up. Poof. Poof. Oh. And then there's this one young lady who just so happens to come up missing and the body's found in
the back
police parking lot in the back of a 15-passenger police vehicle.
In the middle of the police parking lot.
And nobody knew. People, look, again, we're just trying to get you to open your mind. Research this for yourself. Deduce your own facts. But stop believing everything that you're told to be true. Because you're going to find some answers that you're not going to like. And you're going to get angry. And you're going to get mad. And that's okay. It's okay. We're lied to every day. Usually it's by the closest people to us. So don't get upset that you've been lied to by a organization. Did y'all really know that, the Grand Canyon, pyramids, Sphinx, statues, they're in the Smithsonian? Go. Look at where they found them. In the Grand Canyon. Now, how is that possible, you ask, when they tell you that the map looks the way it looks? Makes a lot more sense if you've turned the map upside down. Then it makes sense if you told me that Christopher Columbus was trying to go to India. Because if you flip a map upside down, then, yep, I get it now. I get it. But if you turn it the way that they tell us to turn it, it makes no possible sense how that man could have ever thought he was going to India.
Going back to India. I'm going back to India. I don't think so.
so.
I'm going back to India.
Oh,
I'm
people.
going back to India, sailing, prevailing. I'm looking for some products I can take back home. Bow down. This is yo. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, man. I'm going back to India. India. Man.
Look, that's a Weird Al. Look, that's a Weird Al skit. Straight up.
Yeah,
Straight up. That's a Weird
back
Al
for
parody.
it.
You know, the world needs some Weird Al right now. Where the hell he at?
Man, the world needs. You know what? The world don't just need no Weird Al's. The world needs some Bobby Jimmys. I know you remember Bobby Jimmy. Look at all
Bobby
these
Jimmy and the
roaches
Critters.
surrounding
Bobby
me
Jimmy and the
every
Critters.
day. I just need some time to get some spray
Oh yeah.
from all these roaches. Can't take it no more. He turned. I mean, he see what Weird Al did for the pop world. Bobby Jimmy did it for the soul world. You know
The
what I'm
urban,
saying?
labeled urban
Oh,
culture.
once again, labels. I mean, see, that's what gets people caught up because you don't know how to even bring it to. See, I can say the habitat. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? We already know there's multiple habitats out there. So, but
But
our habitat.
but think about it. Again, it boils down to perception. If you use your mind, you can have your own perception. But see, if you believe what you're told,
Right,
then that's not even your perception. Again, I just went through
right.
the labels that they've given melanated people, but nobody else has been relabeled. No one. No one. Why? They got the labels so thick that you give up peeling them. Ah, damn, that one took 20 years.
You,
Ah,
yeah.
that one took a damn, that one took another 40 years, and I'm 60 years old, and I started when I was born. Oh, this one only took 20, but I'm 80. Oh, damn, and I still got 5 more labels to go. And it
See,
wouldn't
the
shock
only
me
way.
if it doesn't change again here soon.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Easy. Easy. It's coming because listen, to once it's listen, where people mess up is they change up. Now it's one thing to scale up, but it's a whole nother thing to switch up, you know? And like it's when things start working and start clicking. You just look to refine, if anything, but you really want to leave it as is. You want to make sure you can keep the essence bottled and captured so it can stay stored in the entity that's created. So when it becomes a machine and is really ready to crank out and keep on cranking, it's finely tuned and you can do that again and again and again and again and again. But when you try and switch up and when you try and change up, that's where they keep you second guessing. Should I go with the old way, the new way? Should I be African American? Should I be a native Indian? Should I be indigenous now? Indigenous is the new one now. You know what I'm saying? Like, where does this come from, right? How is the narrative changed? How do they recreate the narrative without us realizing what's going on? Sometimes it's overt, sometimes it's covert and we let a couple slide, but they're just showing us the ones that they want us to see. So we can, kind of sleight of hand follow what this one is, a red herring here and there. You know what I'm saying? But then they turn around and they play hide the salami, you know what I'm saying? In the back room. And you don't know what's going on behind these back rooms until they come out on these CNN exposés talking about black jelly beans at Shell. You know what I'm saying? Or any of that other stuff that they label us as. See, here's what I have to constantly remember. As much as I love all of the difference in the different cultures that I've come in contact with, I love our culture, but our culture was based off the creation of how we decided to cope with pain. That's how our culture was created. The foods we eat, the way we cook, the way we dress, the way we talk, the way we treat each other, the way we gamble, the way we entertain, the way we, what I'm saying, philosophize, the way that we interact, the way that we co-conspire, the way that we create together, the way that we do anything together is done differently with us than it is with others.
Well, think about it. Everybody else has got an identity. That's been their identity for hundreds and thousands of years. Interesting, huh? How they just put on Ancestry.com like 2.4, 2.1, 2.3 million.
3.5, 3.5 million.
Black, quote unquote,
Of
ancestry lineage. All of a sudden, it just popped, people. It just popped out of thin air. It just fell out. Chicken Little wasn't bullshitting. The sky is falling, and out of the sky, over 3 million records just showed the fuck up. Are you serious? But wait, no need to question that. No need.
but wait, it gets worse.
You know what I'm saying? Look, nothing to see here. Move along. Getting back to our Star Wars reference. There's nothing.
There are no droids. There are no droids. Pass through. Pass through. Go on, pass through.
Like, come on.
I mean, it's that's why I can understand those who choose not to want to break it or challenge it, and those who simply accept it. But does the joy come in accepting when you're partially living with yourself, or does the joy come in knowing that I did everything to stick by everything that I believed in? When does it change? It changes somewhere down the line.
Well, that's because they've got people duped in the ignorance is bliss. Keep the blinders on. It doesn't affect you. Y'all are about to look here soon. Y'all are about to get a rude awakening because everything that you thought was true is all about to crumble. Crumble, crumble. There's a reason. Like, for those of you who are in the know, y'all understand. There's a few different levels of collapse that are about to happen. Have you noticed there's certain items in your store that just ain't there anymore? Used to
Where
be
them Frito Lays
abundant.
at, man? You ain't got no chips over here?
And now, you notice how many ships are at sea, stuck, because they won't let them port? Good luck getting that shipment from China. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. You better hope it don't get put on a barge. You wasted your funds.
Yep.
People, it's about to get really interesting. I suggest you go get you a survival kit. You learn how to trap, skin, fish. Okay? I suggest you do those 3 things ASAP. Because see, if you can do those three things, you can survive when your bullets run out. Where are you going to buy them from?
Because your bullets will run out. If you don't have an armament, if you don't have, I mean, and look,
Even if you got an armament,
I'm not.
bro, you can only cap so many. And
That's
guess
what I'm
what?
saying.
Pull the
Yeah.
trigger. It ain't. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah, bro. Can you survive now? Can you still hunt? Because if you don't know how to skin something, let me know how your insides take to eating fur and fleas and ticks. Let me know how your insides like those nice little crunchy things that you're not supposed to put inside the human body. Because basically, you're going to need to know some of these things. I'm just saying, do you realize that solar flares have been happening more and more? And they're getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. Do y'all know what a solar flare can do? It's the equivalent of a real EMP, electromagnetic pulse, which means all electronics go bye-bye. Bye-bye. Your phone, the internet, the power grid.
All of it.
Can you survive?
Man, you. I mean, you know, that's the new show. That's gonna be the new show. Can you survive? Because they're gonna have cameras up on every street block. They're gonna turn every camera into a camera, and then they're gonna turn. It's gonna be Escape from New York with Snake Plissken, and it's gonna be called Can You Survive? Like, did you ever really wonder? Like, hold on, what? Did you ever really wonder? Like, here's what spooked me out. Right? When I would watch Mad Max, when I would watch any of that stuff, when I would watch Snake Plissken and Escape from New York, I always wondered about one thing. What was it like from the time when all this shit fell down to the time to where they're filming this movie, to where now you got Terminators walking on skulls all over the place?
What's the backstory?
Yeah, what's the backstory? Like, what was going through? What was the, you know what I'm saying, to let it get to the point where you got this maybe 100 soldiers over here fighting against a troop of robots just walking with laser guns, shooting and killing everything, smoking. You know, like what? See, here's where the compliancy comes in at, people. It's because you choose to realize to yourself that I can't win. I'm a weak little bitch, and I can't win. I'm a blunt getting smoked, and I can't wake up. I'm a blunt getting smoked, and I can't wake up.
Look,
I'm
better get ready
about being a blunt.
Get ready for the ultimate game of Survivor. Y'all thought it was Hunger Games. No, it's worse. It's worse. It's worse. It's going to be way worse. It's literally going to be. Notice how all those shows started coming out. Survivor this. Naked. You are in the woods, butt, booty, naked, with a satchel, with a bag, with some tools in it that you got to choose. Bucket, naked. If that ain't trying to tell you something about, again, shows, movies, trying to tell you something. Those people survived for a certain amount of time. Why do you think shows like The Mountain Men are so popular? People are in awe of these people who can live in places that you couldn't fathom living in forever in a day, don't want to deal with society, but what can they do? They can hunt, they can trap, and they can skin. Even when they don't use any bang bang. On Survivor, they got guns. Last I checked, they ain't got no guns. People, you can say I am a conspiracy theorist, doomsday theorist. You can call it what you want to, but we're actually living 2012 all the things they said, the natural disasters. You tell me when the last time in modern history 50 volcanoes was going off in a day. Just let me know that. In recorded history. Hit me with that, people. Look. Mother is cleansing, and you can't stop her. Why? Because mother does that. We're at the end of a cycle, so mother's got to cleanse. Women have a menstrual cycle. They cleanse. Mother Earth is cleansing right now. No different. Women, mother, birth, cleanse.
Yep.
You can't stop it.
And when it cleans, it's got to get it at you. Look. It goes back to the one thing we was talking about before. You know what I'm saying? Powerless to protect.
Yeah. I mean,
You will be powerless to protect yourself from this shit. You can't protect yourself when nature. Look, you can protect. You may be able to protect yourself when they start turning around in your neighborhood and coming at you. You know what I'm saying? You may be able to protect yourself from a few of the upheavals that happen. You may be able to protect yourself from an ongoing alien invasion. You may be able to protect yourself from a lot of things. But to protect yourself from Mother Nature, man, listen. You got to, man, please.
it's
You are
not possible.
powerless to protect.
Yes, it's not possible.
Stand against a tsunami. Stand against a mountain crumbling down, bro. I don't care. Look. Hey, I know you believe in your God. I know you do. I know you believe. You should believe. You supposed to believe in your God. You supposed to. But let that mountain start bleeding lava. Okay.
Poof
Be
be
that man
gone.
that sat on that roof. Yeah. Be the man that sat on that roof while you know what I'm saying,
Tried to
everybody
save
came by in
him
their boats and
3 times.
helicopters.
3
You know what I'm
times.
saying?
But why did you forsake me? Man, I sent 3 people to save you. 2 people and a tree.
Right. See, that's why I never really been religious. Because religious keeps you to look in the box for what's gonna be your blessing. And when the box is empty, then that's your blessing. You ain't you know, but see, they never tell you to go be a blessing to somebody else. And that's why the world's in turmoil right now. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't be a blessing to somebody else on one hand, saying that you gave them a ride to America on their own free will. And then the next thing you know, you over here capturing 300 to 500 slaves. Like, what the hell? How does that happen? You see what I'm saying? So you
Easy.
found it's better to instead of being the love boat to be the goddamn the hate boat. You know what I'm saying?
It easily happens when you send a bunch of children to war against trained killers.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody want to talk about that. Sweep that under the carpet.
But man, look, if
Look,
you
the
know
true
but here's
definition behind the Pied Piper. We'll just sweep that.
mm,
The reason why
Pied Piper.
pedophilia isn't looked at as a crime. Go research that, people. You will hurt your own feelings. I promise you, go get some Kleenex with aloe. You're going to need it. See how far back that goes. Okay? Little children. See how far back that goes. Not teenagers, not grown-ups. Little children. Given away as reward. You did good, Sir Duke of Loin. Here's your 9-year-old. Have a good day. But nobody wants to talk about it because those people are revered. Label, narrative, hot garbage. Do your research, people. Think, think, think.
It's that time, man. It's think or die trying, man.
No,
It's think
no,
or die
it's
trying.
no, it's just think. Ain't even no trying. Ain't even no trying. None. Think. I'm not giving them any more options, Earth. There is no or anymore. Think. Because think or die means you have an option. I'm not giving any more options. Think.
Hmm.
Problem, reaction, solution. Solution is no fucking options. Die is a step back. You never step back. Step to the left, step to the right, you lose no ground. But once you take that step back, you're done. Because you're going to do it again. Because you justified it.
Mm-hmm.
How many times have we all stepped back and then tried to figure out why they call it backslide? Stop. Go left. Go right. You've lost no ground. Zero. Step back. All the greats will tell you there is
Sidestep.
no plan B. Plan B does not exist. It did not exist. Ask
Yeah.
Michael Jordan if he had a plan B. Go ahead, ask him. Ask him. Ask some of these actors that literally, I'm going to Hollywood back in the day with nothing, but I'm going to make it. There was no plan B. There was no plan B. If I got to sell my soul to make it, I'm going to make it, but there was no plan B. All in. We've been lied to.
All money in.
Come on, people. I'm good. That was my
All
parting
money
shot.
in.
That was my parting shot. The rest is on you. The rest is on you.
But you hear them. I mean, here's the thing, man. Here's the thing, right? I really have. I was told that I should be grateful, and I should be able to accept it. It's our civility that's keeping us on this lockdown status. And I'm not even talking about this shit that we got going on in the streets right now behind this
Thing.
pandemic, whatever, scamdemic, plandemic, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's real or true or false to you, it is what it is to you because that's what you're accepting. See, I have to encourage you to stop accepting this, whatever is fed to you. You know what I'm saying? Question everything. Or just don't give a damn. You don't even have to question it if you just don't give a damn. Like if you question if you have a concern, but if you don't give a damn, there's no need to ask a question. Damn, I'm breathing today. I must be alive. Okay, let's go.
Keep it pushing.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hey, brother. Hey, take this. Hold this bag for me. No. Why? What's in it for me? What's gonna happen if I hold on to it? What happens if I get caught with it by somebody that you're running from? You know what I'm saying? You got to ask these questions if you care. But if you don't give a damn, keep it pushing. Because, like my little brother told me today, man, it's thinking too much that fucks up everything. You got to have the balance, like we talked about earlier. You got to have some emotional stability, and some emotional content that helps you lube that machine called logic to make it all make sense. So you don't turn yourself willingly and lovingly into the Borg. You know what I'm saying? And forced to assimilate or die. You understand that standing on the precipice of You know what I'm saying? The nothing is everything. And so you go with it. You go with it. You expand your everything into the nothing to make less than nothing and more everything.
The nothing has claimed one of our greats. Did you hear?
The nothing has claimed one of our greats.
Yes. Someone has come out and said that they were beaten into submission to do something that he, in his heart of hearts, did not want to do. But he travels for a living, and without traveling, he can't put food on the table. Baddest man on the planet. He's got iron attached to his name.
Oh, Mike Tyson? What do you mean the nothing has claimed another one? What do you mean?
He travels for a living. What does that mean? You can't travel, can you?
It's a trap. Okay.
We have lost a mighty soldier. What do you need to travel?
I know what you're saying, the jabby jabs.
We have
Right.
lost a mighty soldier. All because he has to feed his family.
I'm not following. Who is this mighty soldier?
Iron Mike Tyson. Iron is attached to his name.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I agree with you. I agree
Right.
with you. I said yes.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, okay. I didn't catch that part. Cool. So I mean, what is he? What do you mean we've lost him? What do you mean? Is he dead?
Might as well be.
Has he taken the shot? And he took the shot? Hey man.
His words, beaten into submission to feed his family. His words on video all over the internet.
Now? Hold on, man.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, buddy.
Oh, yeah. I get it. He's like, I had to do it. Again, now for, not against. Do what you feel is right for you and your family. Damn. I thought he had enough to continue to make it, personally. Guess not.
So I'm not finding it. Let's see.
Let me.
But I must say, If I could be kind enough to say I didn't do it willingly, I'm a little apprehensive of that. I was pretty much beaten in submission to do this because I travel internationally, and if I don't travel, we don't eat. Yes, I am vaccinated, but I must say, if I could be kind enough to say I didn't do it willingly, I'm a little apprehensive of that. I was pretty much beaten in submission to do this because I travel internationally, and if I don't travel, we don't eat. Yes, I am.
Wow.
Baddest man on the planet, bro. To feed his family. And he got money.
I mean, yeah, yeah.
But people walking out their jobs.
You might have to do a
Oh yeah, we can carry this on. We can carry this into Wednesday. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I just thought
But
I'd
I
share
mean, real quick, you know what I'm saying? No. Yeah, I mean, let's real quick as we
What
wrap
up,
that
bro?
up.
50 in the
What up,
house.
Marillas? We just, yeah, 50-50. G50. What up, Marilla? We just about to wrap up, but he popped a little topic up, you know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson has taken a jab, and you know what I'm saying? So what does that mean? So he gets to continue on, you know, doing what he's got to do to support his family.
Yep.
What's that?
And that's a
Yeah.
hell of a
So he's got
position.
to he takes, yeah, yeah. I mean, and that's, it was that in my younger days which made me wait, because while everybody else was like, you know, having kids and doing everything else, you know what I'm saying? I recognize it as like, it's part of the reason why I never wanted to do it is because I knew something was coming. I said, I know something's coming. In my 20s, I kept saying something's coming. And it was from watching too many Mad Max movies and stuff. But I knew, my dad told me, he's like, you're gonna have a son, you're gonna name him Thomas Lee Brown III. You know what I'm saying? And basically, that happened. But part of me was like, I don't want to have kids because when it comes time to get on the run and do what I got to do, you know what I'm saying, to survive, when this calamity happens and this befalls, like we know it's going to call, I won't have to worry about anybody. But you know what I'm saying? Like life crept in around shit, man, around like the late, the early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? When I came back, 2000, 13, 2012. You know what I'm saying? When I came back, it's like, bruh, it's like, you know, I kept saying before I left. You remember I kept saying before I left LA, I was like, look, I was like, I gotta go find my wife, man. I gotta go find my wife. I'm like, shit, if traffic can settle down, I guess I can too. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? If traffic can settle down, anything is possible. I ain't mean it like that, but it was
No,
it
you
was really
absolutely
that thing,
right.
like, okay.
You absolutely right.
But I just look at it like this, man. I'm like, I know that this is the thing. And when it comes to, like a conversation I had earlier, when it comes to having those the branch offs, your children, you know what I'm saying? You got to protect your branches at at all times, at all costs. You know what I'm saying? Like, either I'm gonna protect my branches or you can cut me down. But I'm gonna protect my branches. And that's what it boils down to be. But at the same time, people blinded by the loyalty to a lie.
T-shirt, facts.
Yeah. I mean, that's what people are accepting right now, man. And accepting that has allowed people to turn their eye to everybody else's pain as long as it doesn't come to their home. But then when it come to their home,
They ain't
oh,
even
why
ready.
me? And
They ain't even. They
ah,
ain't even ready. They have no idea. Shook. Please help me. Give me a solution. Instead of A, being prepared, or B, thinking for oneself, which would have put you in a way better situation in the first place, you see, do what you're told, take what you're given.
yeah.
People are walking out of their jobs at a record number. These people are starting
Oh
GoFundMe
man.
pages. Earth, they're getting money. But nobody's got money, right? But these people are walking out of their jobs, starting GoFundMe's, and they're still paying their bills. We need to continue this on
You
Wednesday
know,
because we're about to go through hour two.
yeah. Yeah. I just, man, it just like makes me wonder, like, so it's like we can't all quit our jobs and go do GoFundMe's. You know what I'm saying? But that's cool. Let the waters wash everybody away. You know what I mean? Let the waters wash everybody away, and who's left behind, what I'm saying, has a better chance of sticking around. And that's the way it's gonna flow down. And I'm not the least bit um like in the blind about that. It's gonna wash down. That's why they always say stay away from major cities, and because it's going to wash down, the calamity is going to happen, and whatever sequences it happens or whatever magnitude, and when it happens, it's going to leave. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say a chosen few. It's going to leave a nice amount, but then they're going to keep narrowing the shit down and narrowing it down and whittling away. And everybody's going to be like, how did we get here? How did we get here? How did we get here? Because you chose not to fight no more. Because you chose to just be compliant and stay blinded by the lie. Revved up like a deuce in the middle of my mind. It's just, and you can't blame nobody. So when everybody started going and getting the jabby jab without even questioning, you can't blame nobody. You can't blame nobody. You can't. You cannot blame nobody.
Again, get it, don't get it.
So
We really don't care. It's all
it's up to
personal
you.
choice. Again,
I
personal
just don't want to hear
choice.
if it goes bad. If it's working good for you, it's good for you. But just either way, left or right, treat it like your religion and keep that shit to yourself.
Well, here's the thing.
That part.
Here's the thing. Whatever you choose, stay in your lane, build the highway so you got 4 lanes. Get it? Stay
Yep.
in your lane. You built the highway, you got 4 lanes. Or better yet, you got 8, 4 on each side. So at that point, you can stay all up in your lane on your own highway. See, they got people thinking, I just got to stay in my lane and I got to. Nope, I'm going to stay in my lane, but I got an 8-lane highway.
Right.
Look, about to expand to
I
12.
got it coming in and going out.
Thank you.
When you get down, when you get down into the heart of the city, you got all 6 lanes, the HOV lane, the slow lane, 2 lanes in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it break out to them extra 2 lanes. So man, come on. It just depends on which city you in. It just depends on what city you in. You know what I'm saying?
I'm good. In the words of Russell Simmons, thank y'all for coming out. Y'all have a good night. God bless.
God bless. Good night.
Oh,
Hey, because look. We could do this all night on y'all. We could do this all night on y'all, man.
we just
And
talking.
guess what? It's gonna be up. It's gonna be up there tomorrow. It's gonna be up there tomorrow. I'm gonna put it in and pull it back out and cut a couple of different pieces to it.
Oh,
You know
there's
what
a
I'm
lot.
saying?
There's a lot of cutting to be done on this one. You could probably cut up probably about a good 5. Easy.
See, here's the thing. Here's the thing. That's why I have to have time. Why? Sorry, I don't have to have time. I have to realize that I don't have time because there is no time to have. There is no time to have. See, if I say I gotta have time, now you're saying since I don't have time, it's never gonna happen.
What are you chasing?
No, I never had time. Yeah, I never had time. You know what I'm saying? I never had time.
Time. Time. Time. I got it. You do it. Time. Wait.
Hey,
Time in the bottle.
hey, you pitch the motherfucker. I'm about to drink some time right now.
Look, man, we
You
gotta
see
get
what
up
I'm
out of
saying?
here because we gonna hit. It'll be 1 o'clock in the morning, and we look at each other like we did it again for 4 hours. We've done it before, so
Right. It's too easy. Hey man, we'll see y'all Wednesday for the Wednesday wrap up.
now is that going to
You
be
know
a
what I'm
Wednesday
saying?
morning, or is that going to be
It's going to be a
evening?
Wednesday afternoon.
Got
Unless you want to do,
no, no, no.
yeah, that
It
you have
just
to go
depends.
early.
It just depends. We can do the evening. I'm just saying so they know. Again, we want to make sure they get the block.
Okay. Right. So yeah, let's do Wednesday evening. You know what I'm saying? Just to make it safe. And what
Is
time we
that
gonna do it? We're
is
gonna do
that is
8 o'clock?
that 8? Get out my head. Get out my head.
Yeah. Yeah, the 8 o'clock will do it. Okay. That's what it's gonna be. Hey man, Marilla, thanks for another good one. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for another great conversation. Marilla sharing your fur with me. Uh G50, we gonna have a session with the gorillas in here because we can get what 10 people on here at one time?
10 swinging vines.
Okay, so we're gonna get 10 swing. We're gonna call it 10 swinging vines. You know what I'm saying? And you just gonna come in and you know what I'm saying? And it's like we're gonna make sure that we have the conversation. We gonna have the gorilla conversation. We're gonna have it. I mean, let's have it.
Gorillas of the round table.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and call them out, bro. Because look, if you're a G, you want to be there. You know what I'm saying? So hey man, look. That's what it's time for. If there's time, but there's time more because we create the time because time don't exist. It's about as fake as that dollar in your wallet or that watch on your wrist. Peace. Do you see? Do you see? Ah.
Good night
Hey, my brother.
and
Love and salute.
love and salute. Good evening.
Troop
Come
up.
on.